Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the All Kings podcast. I am your host, Corbin, with my co-host, Tate. And today we have on the one, the only NFT Foundry. What's happening, y'all?
Clap, clap.
How you doing?
How we doing?
Thanks for having us.
Morning, everybody.
Awesome.
I'm glad you guys can be here. Yeah.
Absolutely. So why don't you go ahead and start and just tell us a little bit about yourselves.
We're kind of started as NFT collectors, and we just saw some things we didn't like in the HBAR space last fall, so we decided to start our own thing. And Ullaz and I were kind of bidding each other up on the Little Universe auctions and kind of got talking and realized we were the market and kind of said, let's do our own thing, and went off from there and just started kind of building our team in the community. I think we launched, January of last year. Is that about right, Ullaz?
Yep. Yeah, I'd say so. I think a whole 8 months ago, Shaggy and I were the only two bidding up the Little Monkeys line, and we ended up connecting and realizing that, and that's a great line. Those are great people over there, but we thought we could do a little bit better. Some of the things that ticked us off about NFTs in general, we thought we could do better on, and we've executed that pretty well so far. And I'm just happy to be part of the team. Shaggy really carries all of us, which is great. And everybody who jumps in on the team, I'm always grateful for their efforts and work. And we built this little NFT Foundry out of kind of nothing, and it's been an adventure. There's no blueprint for anybody in the space, and we just kind of figure out what we would like to see. We respect the holders and everybody that jumps on board with us and everything like that, and it's worked out well so far, and we're having a lot of fun. I mean, it's not without its stresses, certainly, and burnout and things like that, but it's been a lot of fun for me.
Something that was different for us is that we started with the white paper and then built it backwards from there. So that was kind of different from other projects.
That's
awesome. I sort of jumped in this. I mean, I got into HBAR back in January after being out of crypto for a few years, and started watching online what was going on with HBAR. And I came across, I started watching Matt Chase, and I came across this cast he was doing, and it just got a little bit in at the end about the foundry and a builder, and I thought that sounds cool. So I jumped on there and started minting or started building my first hound, and I got so into it that I've got a 3-piece band now out to the hounds, and just joining in with the Discord and getting to know the team. It's been an amazing journey just to get so involved with a project that's got so many wonderful people and such a great family vibe about it. And that for me is a lot of what the Foundry is. It's not just NFTs. It's family. It's chat. Banter. It's good fun. And some amazing artwork. I mean, Dre with his Dystopia that he's just released the second drop of. He's done some fantastic work, So I've just loved joining in and getting involved with the fam, and I'm pleased that they asked me to be involved.
The artwork's amazing. I really like it a lot as well. And I like the wide variety that you have to choose from. And it seems that you guys have a very structured team and a very strong team behind you guys. And I was just really curious what each individual person's role is a part of this team.
We don't really have
go one by one.
We don't have set roles. It's kind of everyone can do what they want. Like, we have obviously set roles, but like our community manager, I consider 5 community managers, and I consider us 3 artists and 4 founders. It's just we just pick up whatever we need. But I guess if we want to define roles, I would be one of the founders.
I didn't know if there was one thing that somebody does more than the other person, or vice versa. If that makes sense.
I guess I would say I'm tech. I do a lot of the JS code, the website builder, that kind of stuff, and then I'll let everyone else kind of fill in from there.
Cool.
I'm the community manager. And I also just lead engagement, and I also will head up art as well. So when you build in our builder, I'm the one that assembles that. And, 9 times out of 10, there are other people doing it too, but.
Nice.
Okay. Very cool.
Yeah, when we say a team, it's really all hands on deck for a lot of things and absolutely everything. I'd say Shaggy takes the technical lead on things, and all the rest we try to fill in where we need to. Certainly, Crypto Girl and Dre lead up the art end of things, but Dre actually came to us as a community mod, and we found out that he had some aptitude in the AI builder with his own spin on it, after that. And he led the Dystopia line art end of things, which was really a pleasant surprise. We got a whole line out of that, which was great. And, I think if anybody is out there and wants to, put together art, we would certainly consider it. The whole idea behind the NFT Foundry brand, we'll say, isn't just one specific line or, apes or butterflies or whales or whatever. Shaggy and I really wanted at the very beginning wanted to put together a brand for the long term for the space and really be able to be flexible with the art. I think the only rule is it's got to be cool, right? Can't be anything else somebody else has done or and I think our art is definitely different than whatever else is out there. We early on took it into the builder, something that I know Shaggy and everybody on the team is very very proud of. There's nothing else like that out there on HBAR, and I think we'll continue that. Whatever we're able to do that's cool. I don't think you'll ever see us put out a 10,000 NFT collection or anything like that. I think we'll keep it small with the space, but it's been great. It's been a lot of fun as we go. I don't really have a role, we'll say. I think on my Twitter I have yelling from the back of the bus, and that's probably a good description.
He's the idea man. Don't let him kid you. Any good idea that we have comes from him.
Yeah, so, but it's been good. No nameplate on the door sometimes is good. Keeps you very humble.
Yeah,
and we try and keep that through the team. Just be respectful of the holders. They're spending their money with you, and making sure we take care of them. With every decision.
Yeah,
sure.
Yeah, that last point is key. Every decision we make, we put the NFT holder first. We put ourselves in their shoe. What would we do if we were holding our NFT? And that's how we make every decision.
Yeah. You guys kind of operate the same way that Valve does. That's the company that makes Steam for games on PC, where nobody has like a set role, but everybody's welcome to sort of pitch ideas, even if it's like, across their specialties and stuff like that. So a lot of really, really innovative stuff has come from that. And just looking at your website alone, it's just, yep, there's something cool here for sure.
Yeah, you can definitely tell that you guys have done a lot.
Yeah, that's 100%.
There's something on there as well that everybody can afford, from your OMIGs up to Dystopia and the Builder, which I think is a good thing.
Yeah.
It's weird. Yeah, it's not like you've got to spend 5,000 HBAR or 500 HBAR. You can get stuff as low as like 10 HBAR. It's brilliant.
Yeah.
So I think everybody in space tries to maximize that, that number per whatever NFT, and that's been like the goal for pretty much everybody. But we came out with these fun OMG NFTs, and that was idea we had way back, just to have something to trade and collect, and that was cool and fun, and that could get people into the NFT things. And we're giving away a ton of those. I don't think we've sold one or minted somebody one or anything like that, and I even forget how many we have out there, but it's a collection of 54 different NFTs, and we're incentivizing a prize for people to collect a whole set. And it took a while to take off, but now that there's enough out there in the population, it's on Zeus. People are trading besides Zeus, which is interesting because I never thought there would be a trade, straight up trades going on. But that's interesting too. It drives engagement in the Discord as well. So, I think the three biggest things you have to have for a successful project: number one, art. It's got to be cool. Got to be generally different. It can be iteration. There's nothing wrong with that. You have to have community. You have to build that from the ground up. That takes a while to build.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And then you also
Yeah,
have to have
a big process.
a team. You also have to have the team behind it. We've seen a lot of people come and go in the HBAR space already very quickly, like flash in the pan type of things. And I think those people try really hard, and they're not necessarily planning on rugging as they put out their projects. But unless you have those three things, it's tough. And we've gone through our own growing pains. On the art is always tough. We want to make it cool. The team as well. People kind of come and go, and people you expect to step up do. We've been fortunate in that most do. Some don't, and they've moved on. And then on the community side, really takes a lot of effort. You will not be successful long term without community and people getting in your Discord and talking and being happy and trading and all that other stuff. So I don't know. I've learned to talk in GIFs in Discord, straight up conversations with just GIFs, right?
Yeah.
So I think that's also another requirement for the team. Your GIF game's got to be very high. That might
Strong.
be the only
It's got to
requirement.
be very strong.
Yeah.
We Fridays we try to do
And
GIF only Fridays.
Going back to the team, we added Dre and Chris on the other side of the world from us anyway. And we really go 24/7 in the Discord, which boggles my mind in that, everybody who works or does like their in real life stuff for local is, 8 hours, 12 hours, whatever. But the Discord goes forever. It's mind boggling that you have to have that much content, that much ideas, the rumbles, the giveaways and things like that. So, and that's different than a lot of jobs or in real life stuff. So it takes a toll on team. And as we've added people, it's been a little bit easier on everybody. So everybody's able to have their commitment in real life and then also, online.
Sure.
Yeah, it helps with. I assume it helps a lot with more or less time management and stuff. You don't have to really put forth so much more time to being active in the Discord. You have a lot more people able to help out with that rather than trying to give yourself. Say if it was just like, for example, me and Corbin, we're doing like 12-hour shifts on our Discord server or something of that absurdity, rather than when you have like a team of 6 and you can span it out.
Yeah.
Yeah. 100%.
Yeah, so we were very strategic in our planning for that, and we wanted to optimize, the 24 hours. So Dre is in New Zealand. We've got Chris in Australia, and then we've got Pro Broski and Bucket Hat Golfer are here in the U.S. as well, but really trying to avert burnout, but also that 24-hour engagement, like Eliz is saying.
Yeah. That's great.
Yeah, I think that's a big part of it for the team as well. Is that it's not burning out. It's that being able to take a step back and somebody else has got your back if you're not available, and that makes a big difference. You've got to look after your mental health in this space. You could be stuck in Discord 24/7. You could be stuck on Twitter 24/7, and in Spaces 24/7. But because we've got such a spread geographically, there's not that pressure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and so last weekend after a mint, I needed a day or two off, and Chris actually said, just shut your device off, take the day, do not check back here. And he really had my back at that because, right, exactly, because it's hard to maintain your own, separation when you have so much passion for it.
Yeah, without a doubt.
Makes sense. Yeah. Yeah, I had to completely change my whole. Well, I mean, I already stayed up pretty late, but like I started staying up till like 4 or 5 in the morning just to like check in on everything because I'm like, oh, I'm gonna miss something, and then usually I take one day off and like the whole world explodes, and I'm like, guys, why can't you do this when I'm here? Please.
That's the thing in the Southern Hemisphere. Everything kicks off at midnight when I'm going to bed, and you go on Twitter and Discord, and it's all fucking happening. And yeah, you just feel you're going to miss out. But yeah, you've got to take a break. You've got to move away from it.
Yeah. So like Hangry's Mint was at midnight EST. What time was that for you, Chris?
I I can't convert times in my head quite as quickly as you probably can. I don't know. But yeah,
Probably a
Hangar's
while.
mints. Yeah. I mean, there have been mints, and a lot of mints are like 3 a.m. in the morning, and I'm like, nah, I'm going to miss out on this one. Sorry.
That's brutal.
Save it
it's
for the
been-
morning if there's anything left. Well, it's more or less having a business where it's the whole entire world can attract to it and come to view it and stuff of that sort. It might not be, yeah, because that's the hard part of finding that median time zone. Whenever you can just set one time slot down where everybody's able to obviously come and view or try to mint an NFT of some sort. That's very smart.
Yeah,
That's a great idea.
probably the best
That was
one.
brilliant, actually. Having that 24-hour period, because you know you haven't got to get up at 2 in the morning just
Yeah,
to mint.
yeah.
And
Yeah.
the more projects that do that, the better.
Yeah. Or they do like segmented drops of where they'll open it up for like 6 hours for one drop, and then they'll do a second one for like 6 hours. I've seen people do that too. It's like a low count.
Absolutely.
And I like how your guys' supplies on each individual NFT drop is smaller than, say, like a 10,000 collection. Because I think when you bring it up to like a 10,000 collection, it kind of gets saturated.
Yeah.
Yeah, Shaggy and I have lived through, it feels like 10 years in the crypto space, but it's really only been a year, you know? So it kind of went away, you know, everything was dead and just frozen up. And then it started coming back, and we would still reference that point like, wow, we're, you know, let's open it up a little bit because we're, you know, making decisions based on thinking it's still frozen up and still, you know, crypto winter and, you know, all this other stuff. But it was picking up quickly. And you really have to be able to shift your model and look at, you know, what's going on in the market, look at what interest you have and all that other stuff. We're constantly talking about that and how hot or cold things are and, you know, subscriber count and, you know, Discord number and Twitter number and all that other stuff. And
there's a lot of logistics.
You know, we feel like we fight for every eyeball sometimes. And you can see it spreading out in the space, which is great.
Yeah.
HBAR space, though, is different than all others. I'm not really into anything else at all. So my observation is kind of limited, but HBAR has some really different dynamics other than other spaces. So there's not 10,000 collections. You know, everything's nice and small. Everybody's kind of working and building at it. And the really good projects and the really good builders, you know, set themselves apart. And that's what we're just trying to do.
And nobody's really using Fiverr art. You know, it's like actually coming from actual artists and stuff.
Tate, you're forgetting about creamies.
But there's the
Creamy's art is still good, though. That's the thing.
No, I know, but Monkey makes that joke all the time. He's like, "This is the best Fiverr art you're gonna find on Hedera, man."
They're like, I like their humor. It's like reverse humor, you know, sarcastic, funny stuff. So I get it. Sometimes that doesn't go well across the world, though. But they're doing things right. I mean,
translate.
you can't argue with their results. I mean, they're A+ in space. So, and
I'm just more or less talking about the art that you can find on like Ethereum and Solana when it's like toilet paper, and so stuff that's so like abstract and unnormal. It's just like, who came up with this idea and why is it selling for over an Ethereum? You know, it's just like the craziest mind-boggling things that you can just find.
The thing about ours that is different, it's also unique where you can build it to represent you yourself or your alter ego. At least that's what we see within our builder. But you guys, did you get a chance to get in there and use the builder?
I have yet to use the builder, no, but it seems as if it works very well from what I've seen. And it seems that you guys have developed something that's going to be used for a long time and will obviously continue to be developed upon. But once we drop our NFT collection, I feel like that's something we're going to consider to use for it specifically.
Yeah.
Well,
We just have yet to get there.
I think about the builder, and there's two aspects to it. You either build an NFT that means something to you, or you try and build something that you think is going to sell
Yeah.
to other
yeah, that's
people,
been a
and
fun
that's the
dynamic
challenge,
to watch.
and that's the interesting part about it.
Yeah, it's fun to watch that as NFTs come in and you get the order and you're kind of looking like, oh, this person's going directly for rarity, and you can see that's going to be on Zeus in a minute, and then the other one's like, well, this person built by what they like. But what's nice about it is you know the person. When you're done building their NFT, you know so much about that person, the DMs back and forth. And it's like that's what Chris was saying about family is we have a small community, but we know every single person in that community. We know their kids' names. We know their husbands' names. We know everything about them. It's such a personal
Where they're
aspect.
going on vacation.
Yeah, it's been a really cool experience getting to know people that way.
And I think even when he's saying that, Shaggy, I mean, when I was building my band, I wanted my singer to have a microphone, but all I could find on the builder was an ice cream cone that maybe looked like, and sort of messaged and said, "Can you give me a microphone?" And yeah, Crypto Girl, bang, there's your microphone. Thank you, love it.
Yeah, well, I think we've all had a bum mint. When we're sitting there and your friend pulls a rarity top 10 and you're looking at a 1,000 dog and it's ugly as hell. And it's like, man, we just don't want that. So why not just let people build what they want? And we don't have the resale numbers because you're building your dream NFT, so you're not going to want to sell it. So it's kind of hurt us in that aspect. So we're coming up with we have some philosophies for how we're going to change the next mint with our builder. We're going to have some randoms mixed in there, and building's not going to be 100% guaranteed, but we're just trying to play with the market a little bit, and we're learning and we're trying to grow with it and make it all better.
Yeah, I really like how you guys have. Oh, sorry, Skulls. Go ahead.
Yeah, the builder really came out of, like the little monkey NFTs, the Cosmos, right? So, and those are awesome. Don't get me wrong. That's what we started on. I still own, I think, 20 of them. Which is great. But there was always like a combination, like, man, this could be so much cooler if I had this combination or that combination. And you go through the collection and look for it. And before Zeus, you couldn't see what anybody else had. You had to post them in Discord and then like negotiate a price, like old school, right? Now it's a little bit easier. You get to see what it is. Some people list them, in very high numbers, but not really going to sell them. But you get to see what's out there. And then even then, you're looking at ones you might not want, or like, oh man, I want this one, or it's expensive. So Shaggy and I just were like, hey, what if we can build it? What if you can build this the way you want to? And Shaggy really had a breakthrough figuring that out. I give him credit. All that code, all that stuff is all him, all sitting down with his 6 screens and punching that out. I mean, on the technical side, that's amazing to me. And Crypto Girl was right there with him, figuring out how to make that work in a marketing sense. So my hat always off to them for that effort. Totally amazing. Sometimes I sit back and I can't believe that we built something like that. Like, amazing. But going forward, people are worried about rarity and things like that. So if you're always building the most rare NFT in a collection, how do you make sure that your current holders are okay with that, first of all? And then second of all, they don't get buried. The regular collection doesn't get buried down, in the rarity. So as those things change and as people are building more, we have to deal with those issues, because it's not as straightforward as just putting it up on NFTer and it's set in stone once everything's minted. So and we're upfront with people about that, and it will change, but we try to not come over the top of everybody either. So try to respect the holders and that rarity stuff if you're into that and things like that. Shaggy and I have a run-in joke. I just say low rarity, LOL rarity, because for some people it's good and it governs the way they operate in the space, and others it's like whatever.
Yeah. Well, you guys did a really smart thing with the Dystopia project of where you can burn. What was it? I think you burned 4 of them, and then you can get your own custom one like that. I feel like that would also really, really help too, because you're burning that many of them and already a small collection. Like it's definitely going to help. And then you got to strategize too. Like, well, I have 5 of them, so do I burn them or do I wait And what?
Well, it gives people who people who hold commons a chance to have a rare one, right? Gives everybody a chance to have one.
Yeah.
And then it's deflationary, and then on top of that, and then if you're spending a certain amount, I think it's buy 5 or hold 5, burn 4, right? So we figure the floor price for the rare ones will be 4 times whatever mint was, roughly. So it's not a bad, without any appreciation even in there. So that's what we're thinking, and everybody likes that. Plus it's fun. Plus you get to do something custom, and the custom ones, Dre's not on, but they knock my socks off all the time, all the time. So Dre came to us with that idea, and the rare ones he's been putting out are amazing to me. Totally amazing. We get to look at them right before mint, and it just blew my socks off. Totally amazing.
No,
if you haven't checked that out, for everybody listening, if you haven't checked that out, go check it out. Totally amazing to me.
Yeah, I think we burned 23%.
I think it was 23% of drop 1 supply we burned, and we're at 10% already, and we're less than a week out. We've already burned 10% of drop 2.
Wow.
Yeah, well.
Yeah, I agree with that, because I even dropped one. I got my burn and I got my NFT, and just got to work with Dre, give him a concept, give him the idea of what I wanted, and he's come up with something absolutely amazing. And I'm very tempted to do that with me with drop 2 as well, but I'm just staking it at the moment. So we'll wait till the staking's finished, and then we'll do another burn.
We're all about utility too, so we decided to give anyone who burns 5% of the next drop sales. Like hash hounds, I think it's 50% of next drop sales and 75% of royalties. So we're all about what can we give back to the holder. We know that, you're going to make your money as a project holder, but what can you do to give back to people who have supported you since the beginning? So that's all we're trying to find utility any way we can.
Yeah, that makes perfect sense.
That's very smart. You're very considerate.
You guys are. It's cool because you guys are tackling this so differently than any other launch pad. I don't even know what like you guys are kind of your own thing. Because you guys 100%. You're just
set apart.
We are our own island. We've always said that. We're on our own island, and we want to branch out and kind of partner with other projects, but we've had one collab with HBAR Luchador Club. That's the only one we've done. We've just kind of been our own island so far. But our goal is different. Whatever we always like to say, we want to zig when everyone else is zagging. So if I see someone zagging, I'm going to zig. We got to be different. That's the only way to set yourself apart, is do something different.
Yeah, without a doubt. And that's a great perspective to have.
For sure. Yeah, I think that also plays into the fact that you guys have all been through the winter, as it were, with Exact.
The Exact shutdown. Oh my gosh. Yeah, we got one of our OMG NFTs has that exact same thing, and Servian too. I think I even got Servian.HBAR just as an ode. I was like, man, I love the guy. He did.
We've all been having discussions on how you pronounce his name. I call it Servan. And everybody got mad at me for giving him such a royal name.
Yeah, he's an HBAR legend, that's for sure.
That is true. True. He's like Bigfoot.
Back from the days when we had to do secure trades and figure out stuff on our own. Like you didn't have anything that's Hash Guild or Zeus or any of that stuff. So we got creative.
Yeah. The only thing you had is Discord and trust.
Yeah.
Well, and that trust word, I think that's something we've built up in the family as well, because we can trust each other.
Without a doubt.
It's not going to. We're not going to disappear. We're going to be around for quite a while, and I think people appreciate that.
Yeah, you guys definitely. My next question. You can finish, Corbin. Before.
Okay. So you guys definitely have diehard fans, because I think this was around the time that I think clowns were minting. I was hanging out with the dude and DeRuler, and they're like, yo, you gonna mint some clowns, man? Dude, mint the clowns. It's so good. I'm like, they freak me out, man. I can't. They freak me out. I don't want to look at them. They scare me.
So I have to tell you that started kind of as a joke between the three of us, Ella's, Shaggy, and I, and like, let's see where we can go. Like, what would be the opposite of these hounds would be killer clowns. But all of it was kind of like throw it out there and see what sticks. And that's kind of what we do best.
We had so much fun making those weapons and coming up with those weapons. I remember the session we're sitting there just tossing out, what about an oversized meat mallet or what was the man catcher? I mean, we're like, man catcher, that's a freaky thing. And it was actually used. We just had so much fun with that line.
Yeah, I had to delete my browser history when we were looking up medieval weapons. And Shaggy's
Probably
like,
on a watch list.
Shaggy's like, what about this thing? I'm like, what's that? Like, yeah, it's a man
he's
catcher.
on the list
I'm like,
now.
okay. But it was fun. It was a lot of fun to do. And we realized as we were building that and right up to Mint, in the Discord, we had to make a new channel just for the clowns because it was getting a little freaky.
Right.
There's a lot of like we talk in GIF. I was saying we talk in GIF sometimes. There's a lot of freaky shit out there, and we had to partition it off from the regular chat just because it was its own little thing, which became a thing in and of itself. Being in the clown, take that to the clown channel or whatever. So that's interesting on how those decisions influence what's going on in Discord and your community and stuff like that. So we try and keep it, PG-13, but sometimes it goes off the rails. And that was a fun one. And, as long as you're upfront with people in the community, like, hey, this line might not be for everybody. They're like, okay, yeah, I'm not going in the clown channel today. So, but it's always fun to discover those things and find it out. And we were happy with it. And we're going to continue that as well. Into
and then with that
drop
particular line, we ran with just the Wicked theme. So it was 66 was the collection, 666 HBAR for the Mint, and if you got the Genesis, it was 1666. And then we just kind of played with it.
Add the little spook to it with just the numbers.
Yeah, drop 2 is on the clock soon, which CG is working on now. So everybody be watching out for that one.
Nice. Yeah, that'd be ideal. So my personal last question is more or less just, what is the future of NFT Foundry?
Sure. So, in the future, I don't think we have any real specific plans. We'll probably be doing drops 2 of our Hounds line coming up, and everybody's excited for that because that's where that's our headliner. We'll say drop 2 of the clowns coming out soon. Dystopia has been a little bit of a surprise, and we've taken it in a much more artsy direction than even I expected at the outset. So we'll probably do a drop 3 of that. Other stuff we have going on, just community building, building out the Discord, making sure we take care of our holders and stuff like that. The whole idea behind the Foundry brand is that we want to be around for a very long time in the space. We want to respect, the holders, and we want to build that community. So who knows? We might be coming up with a new line maybe soon, but you'll have to come in Discord and find out. Build. HBAR space is a special place. There's community. There's guys like you that come in and interview everybody, tell people what's going on. There's people like HBAR Hub and Drops and Mints that kind of report back on what's going on in the space. And there's a lot of good people and a lot of good projects and a lot of good operators out there in between the rugs and the crazy people. But there's some really good art going on out there. And really great projects, and on top of all that, really good community. So we're around for a very long time, and always looking for team members. If I want to put a help wanted ad out there, we'll help you figure out what you want to do on the dev side, and the art side, and the community building side. So just quick advertisement for that. If anybody's looking, anybody out there is hearing this and wants to put in an application and find it out, let us know. You gotta have only requirement is, gift game's got to be strong. So,
and you need a hashback wallet.
That would help.
Cool.
Well, that's it from me, Corbin.
That's it for me too. Yeah, you guys have been
We appreciate you
Awesome.
all
Thank
coming
you
on.
guys for having us.
Yeah.
Thank
Yeah,
you
thanks you
so
too for
much.
having us on.
It's been good to chat.
Yeah, really appreciative. Any pub we can get in the space, any extra people we can reach and things like that. It's always awesome.
Of
So
course.
much.
Yeah.
And for the whole HBAR space, thanks for doing this and definitely highlighting good people, good projects in the space. So keep it up. I know it's a lot of work.
Yeah, we look forward to your future. We look forward to everything that you guys have down the line, ready to go and waiting to be developed. And it'd be amazing to have you guys on down the future when the whole entire Hedera ecosystem is more developed and everything is just flourishing.
Absolutely.
That would be awesome. Thank you so much for this opportunity, guys.
Of course.
Yep. Thanks, guys.
Yeah, appreciate it. Cheers.
This has been the Alt Kings podcast, and we'll see you next episode.